Hey guys, it's Glenn from Glenn's Car Collection, and we are driving the new Jaguar XF Sport Wagon. Did I say that right? Oh, you can hear the supercharger right away. All right, so we got a supercharged V6 producing about 380 horsepower. I'm guessing, I think the torque is like 332, somewhere in that range. If I'm wrong, I'll correct myself right here. And guess what? This is a wagon. Now, the wagon is actually based on the XFS, which is the highest XF model you can buy right now. Actually, the handling is pretty good. Wow, look at this. So we had, we had pouring rain. We're in upstate New York, and we're on some great driving roads. The problem is the weather didn't cooperate with us, and I just had a Camaro SS. Don't know what video you'll see first, but it was like a monsoon when I was driving that car. But this car is great. I love how it looks. To me, the Jaguar XF never had a good rear end. I didn't like that back view of the car, though I thought the front was really beautiful Jaguar. The back never did it for me. So I think the Sportbrake, I hope that's what they call this, the wagon version really completes the look for me totally. And it is a sharp looking car. Now this wagon version will cost you more. The wagon's based on the XFS, like I said. It'll cost you $4,000 more to get the wagon. And I think it's worth every penny. I think as soon as you become an auto journalist, and I use that term loosely, there's photographers in the woods here. I almost ran this person over. But anyway, I think you just, once you become an auto journalist, you all of a sudden love wagons. Now, would this be great in a stick? Sure, but you can't get this car in a stick. Though you can get an F-Type V6 in a stick, that's for sure. But this supercharged stick is giving me plenty of power here, though it's not going to be as fast as some of its competitors. Competitors to this car would be the 5 Series, the Mercedes E-Class. And this car is really fun to drive, let me tell you. Now, Jaguar, this car looks pretty fully loaded to me. I'll look at the options. I think the window sticker's in the car. You got the Meridian sound, which definitely sounds great. Meridian is great stereos for Jaguars and Land Rovers. And, dense fog here. It actually performs really well. The automatic transmission shifts reasonably well for daily driving. You're not going to take this car on the track anyway. It is a gorgeous car. I don't really like silver, but silver looks good in this car. I would get it in red. You can go through some YouTube videos and find this car in red. It really looks the business. I typically don't like red cars, but I do like red Jaguars. Maybe the wagon will have good resale value, because I doubt they're going to sell many wagons, especially since it's a slight premium. Most people would probably be better off with the 5 Series or an E-Class. You probably have better reliability. You'll probably have better resale value. But I like to stand out, and for me, I would definitely take this car. If I was spending 70 grand and it had to be on a new car, that's our forward alert sensor, because we had a slow truck in front of us turning. The ride quality is great. These roads are really bumpy. You can see the Camaro video, how much the camera was shaking. This car actually has a really nice, smooth, soft ride. It's pretty quick for what it is. So much fun to drive. I don't know that maybe because it's a wagon, I already assume that it's fun to drive, but it is definitely fun to drive for sure. Now, getting out on an open highway here, you can tell that it's a V6, not a V8. When you hit the gas, acceleration is good, but not great. So it's probably going to be fine for most people. The interior is a little bit of a letdown. I don't think the interior is anywhere near as nice as a 5 Series or Mercedes E-Class or an Audi A6 for that matter. The infotainment system is horrible. I was trying to figure out how to shut off the music because the person before me had the music on, and the only way I could figure that out to do it quickly without taking my eyes off the road was just to shut the whole thing off. So these the 4 boxes here with media and navigation, whatever it is garbage. I use Waze on my phone anyway. you probably do too, but if you're buying this car for the latest navigation, this is probably not it. If you're buying it for the latest technology, this is probably not it. If you're just looking for a fun-to-drive car, this might just be it. Whoa. All right, well, the brakes work. Acceleration, again, I said is decent at highway speeds. If you're used to your regular 5 or E-Class, I think those are a little bit better. Come on, dump truck, watch. Don't cut in front of me. One of the few highways left that you can make a U-turn in the left lane. But the downside is it brings you into the left lane of the next highway. So how would I get a, here's full throttle. Not great, okay. But again, the average person probably won't realize this. You know, an enthusiast would notice. Now I noticed the speedometer only shows me, it's a digital speedometer. Of course it shows me the speed limit like many other cars. But say I'm going 60 miles an hour, it's only showing me the speedometer from about 30 to 90, which is weird. It's kind of like digital. It is fun to drive, I'll give it that. Now if I was buying a Jaguar, because you know, the infotainment is garbage and the resale value is horrible, even though they make really good cars now, I would lease it. This way you don't have to worry about depreciation, because what's going to happen is you won't be able to sell this car privately. You know, if you had a 5 Series or an E-Class, I'm sure you could put an ad on Craigslist and sell that car, or go to cars.com, Auto Trader, whatever. You know, here, nobody's probably going to buy a used Jaguar out of warranty, unfortunately, so you probably have to trade it in, and the dealer's going to give you probably 10 grand less than it's worth. All right, guys, now gas mileage is 1825, averaging 21. That's, again, because it's a supercharged V6, not a V8. We're going to go through some really bumpy roads here, and the ride quality is excellent in this car. It really is. I wish it had a V8 for more power, or a little louder, but, you know, for the average person, I'm sure the average Jaguar buyer, this could be a perfect car. You can definitely stand out with this car rather than buying one of the German competitors. And it is a blast to drive. I'd buy one. All right, let's do some full throttle acceleration here. Now the roads are wet. We have 20-inch wheels and tires on here. Acceleration is adequate. Nothing spectacular. I like this leather wrap steering wheel. It is really nice to the touch. I like the shape of the Jaguar steering wheels as well. They are really fun cars to drive, and if you're an enthusiast, you definitely want to check it out. All right, one more time. A full throttle acceleration when this road clears. All right, that's 70, 0 to 70. Now we were in sport mode for that. We're going to put back in drive. Drive is going to have obviously lazier shifts, but it'll be better around town. The sound system here is excellent. Meridian sound. I said that before, but it's really good. You know, the more I drive this car, the more I like this car. I wonder what these would lease for. This would make a great daily driver, right? Now this car is all-wheel drive, so this can be your ultimate daily driver. Take the kids to soccer practice or baseball practice on the weekends, and you have a fun car yourself. Now most Jaguar owners might not get a chance to take them out on some of back roads like this, up and through the mountains. Don't pull in front of me. But this car is a blast to drive in the turns. The only thing, I give this car a little more power, make it a little louder. I'm sure there will be aftermarket options for this car, but this is a car you can have a lot of fun with. Now this car would look great in my garage, parked next to my BMW M Coupe, my clown shoe for sure. Could this car be my new daily driver? I love it. It's not my price range at $70,000, but I would take this car home. The handling is really good. I am surprised. I have not driven an XF. I've driven an XJ a long time ago, and for such a big car, I probably drove that car in like 2012, but what I remember, it actually, for such a big car, it actually handled very well. And the key phrase there is for such a big car. And the XF actually has, you know, I would call it BMW levels of handling here. You know, new M5 notwithstanding, or any M5 notwithstanding, I would say that this car handles better than a 5 Series, and certainly better than an E-Class. Maybe they'll make an R version of this wagon and stuff a V8 in here with a real loud barking exhaust, and I think you would have the perfect daily driver. I'm really impressed with this car. You know, when I got it, it was more kind of the looks, and now that I'm driving it, especially through these turns, this is my kind of car. I can see, I love to take, don't do this at home, kids, highway entrance and exit ramps fast if I know them, and they are nobody else is in front of me or behind me, and most of those are decreasing radius turns, which I love. Brakes are okay in this car. They're probably average in the class, but they are not sports car. At least, you know, these press cars can be worn down. This car has 3,900 miles on it, which is probably like 100,000 miles for press cars, because everybody driving this, I'm sure, is beating the crap out of it. But I love this car. You're going the wrong way. It's great when people just go the wrong way, down one ways. This car is good. For a daily drive, it's not a sports car, and I don't even know, I couldn't really call this a sports sedan, but this is, you know, a daily driver, commuter car, family car. I would buy this car, definitely. Especially the wagon. You know, I think you're going to have massive depreciation with the sedan. They don't sell many XFs to begin with, but this car is the bomb. It is so good. All right, guys, as we pull back in the paddock, definitely check out the XF Sportbrake. This car has terrific handling, and at a wagon, how cool is this car? So definitely check it out, guys. Test drive one, and I think you'll buy it. Thanks for watching. Be sure to hit that subscribe button, give this video a thumbs up, share it with your friends so our channel can grow, and we'll see you next time. Take care.